Hey, welcome back my friends. Today it's a late summer day here in Michigan and I'm dealing with some ground moles. I'm on the far edge of my lawn here. I really haven't seen much of a problem this year except the last couple times I mowed. I noticed those dirt mounds that have come up, and it's in the area about the size of, like, imagine like a basketball court, like from the 3-point line in, that area right there. It's about half of that that's taken over here where I have several dirt mounds, and when I walk and step on it you can feel the tunnels that are just underneath the surface. You can feel that tunnel collapse where it's a little spongy. So today I want to do a how-to video. This is the Tomcat Mole Killer. It's about 18 or 19 bucks for 10 worms. So that's, you know, like $1.80, $1.90 per worm. 10 worms come with that, and I'm going to show you the instructions so you don't have to read. You can just watch this video, and I'm going to just show you something, a couple tips, following the instructions, and then one other step. It might be a little bit overkill, but a acquaintance of mine who had been an exterminator for a long time, he recommends not touching these with your bare hands. He said get a cheap pair of gloves, which I have here, just a pair of cheap cotton gloves. I think they're like $1.80 at the Family Farm and Home store. And then also like some kind of ground probe. You can use a stick or something. I just happen to have a wooden dowel. It's a 1/2 inch in diameter. That's great for like poking the holes into the tunnels. According to Tomcat, they say to use your finger, but from my friend Dave, the exterminator, he said that moles have a very keen sense of smell, and you don't want your human scent on the worms. So I'm going to show you a couple other things that I found at Home Depot that advertise to kill moles. Let's go to those pictures here a minute. Here's the Dead Set Mole Trap. It's about 20 bucks, decent rating. The Sonic Spike for about 15, not very good. Here's a couple of mechanical traps in the $15 range. They're pretty good. Okay, so now I want to just show you, I'll walk around the camera and zoom in so you can see like the mounds. What happened the last time I mowed, I used the front tire of my zero-turn mower to just kind of go back and forth and to push the dirt down so my blade didn't, the dirt doesn't get my blades, you know, that would dull it relatively fast. So I flattened it out, and then all of a sudden the next time I went to mow, the dirt mound is right back up again. So I'm gonna walk behind the camera and let's take a look. Alright, so as we zoom in here you can see there's some fresh dirt that's pushed up by the moles. 3 spots, kind of like in a straight line almost. Okay, so according to the instructions, they have a conservative approach so you don't waste these pricey worms. And what they say to do is to take a stick, and like I'm using my 1/2 inch dowel rod. Actually just sharpened it with a knife on the end just so it would poke in the ground a little bit easier. And I'm using the gloves so I don't have my human scent on it on the end. So what they say to do to test it is to poke a hole at least like the size of like your finger. This is a 1/2 inch, and wait like 1 to 2 days. Come back later and check the hole and see if the mole had repaired it. If there's like daylight coming through, they don't want that, so they will repair it. That's how you know if it's an active tunnel. Alright, so maybe I'm a little impatient. I don't want to go through that step. Actually, I do have to backtrack. After you poke the hole, they say to mark it with like a plastic spoon or something so you know where each hole is. So if you've ever gone by somebody's house and seen a bunch of white plastic forks or spoons in the yard, that's them testing it. So since I just have a really good feeling that this is an active area, and I've done this before and it seemed to take care of the problem, but it could recur at different seasons. They could come back, but for the most part, after I put these down, the entire box, it seemed to kill them all. So I'm quite confident with my steps that you'll have good luck. So it's hard to really see here because the grass is ready to be mowed again, but I thought I would just go through before mowing it, and I can see these tunnels are raised up. And if I poke this in there, let's see if I can find, like right here's a tunnel. It just goes right, it's tough initially and it goes right through. So there's a hole. And then I've already, let's see, got another worm. There's 2 per tray. The one actually fell out of the tray. Show you what they look like. Just kind of a yellowish color, and they mimic a real earthworm. So you just drop that in the hole, put it in there all the way, and then pinch the hole closed. There, and now that's baited and ready for the mole to come through and eat that and die. All right, let's go to another spot. All right, here's another series of tunnels, not too far away. I probably should have taken the weed trimmer to it, but I can just see this is relatively fresh. And put the pointed end down. Sometimes those worms are in the tree pretty good. You have to kind of wiggle it around so it goes all the way into the hole. And then pinch it closed. All right, another one. Here's a tunnel. So you could probably go in your yard and do this like in 10 minutes. And I've got one left. All right, I'm gonna just try to spread it out a little bit over the area as much as possible so kind of covers them all. Okay, so where I live, I have some really heavy clay underneath the topsoil, so I imagine there's like a layer of topsoil, something like that, and then below that's really heavy clay. I don't know if the moles are good at getting through that tough stuff or not, but I seem to have most of the issue like right at the surface. So you may see like an exterminator using something like this. This is a ground probe, and some moles have deep tunnels and caverns that go down, so the bait doesn't work like right at the surface. So what they do is they use this right here to push in the ground a ways. They go at the mounts, mounds right here, and they push down, and if all of a sudden it gives way, then they know there's like a cavern there, and then they take this out, put the worm in there, and try to push it down with something like this. So I have the issue, they just seem to be more at the surface, but some areas, probably more sandy, lighter soil, I imagine they are deeper. So that's my video. I hope you find it useful. Just remember the gloves. Alright, so I'd like to hear your thoughts. Have the moles been a problem for you this year? I seem to hear more people talking about it back a few years ago, probably like in 2011. That's when I seem to hear a lot of people constantly talking about how their yard is getting torn up. The last couple of years haven't seemed to be that bad here in Michigan, but let me know your thoughts. I'd like to hear what works for you. Do you use the smoke bombs or those traps or a pitchfork? I've heard of people using that. So please comment and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Thanks for watching, my friends. Have a great day. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click on that red button down below. That'll take you to another page where you can subscribe, and check out some other videos there to the left that I've done that might be something along the lines of this video that I think you might enjoy. And my plan now is to go back to new videos every Tuesday and Friday. So please stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.